2020 Tantra, Crown Tantra, info in the description. Lock consciousness now available. So when you make use of all 24 hours, or you make use of all the energy of your day in a gentle way, where you aren't overdoing anything or underdoing anything, then you can return to the void in a peaceful way. But if you're forcing sleep, forcing unconsciousness, forcing sleepwalking, which would be your getting high or overeating, your stomach is the size of your fist, or eating bad food combinations, things that push your breath away will push your presence away. If you eat too much, then you have too much pressure on your lungs. Then your lungs can't fully expand, then you can't fully inhabit the body, then you're not fully present. So then you're kind of like in an escapism where you're not there, but you're like kind of distant, like you're like buried in your own body. So you're sleepwalking. A lot of people are forcing their sleep that way. They're forcing a rhythm with, forcing the endorphins to kick in, because you never get high off of the drugs. You get high off of forcing the body to release endorphins. So force is rape, force is rushing, force is, haste makes waste. So, whenever you rush, you're going to create a bunch of waste, and then that waste needs to get cleaned up so you attract the sights, so it invites the sights. So no rush, no fuss. The source never wastes anything. So the less you waste, the more in alignment you are with the source, and the more in alignment you are with your breath. So whenever you rush, you're setting the tone worldwide for the intention and the movement that the world will, that's the accord you set for the world. So if you rush, then you will be rushed. So if you move your energy or your body from a place to another place in a rushed manner, or with cunning intentions to where you're trying to get more than what you give, then that's how you're treated in the world. As soon as you move that energy from that place, then you push that intention out, and then the energy just fills all the gaps. It's constantly filling the gaps. So again, that's kind of like the intention you set on water. The body's mostly moisture, so water fills up all the gaps as it flows. It doesn't resist anything. It fills up the gap to flow forward, and that's pretty much what you're doing. So if you set the intention on your body, which is mostly moisture, and water is basically dense breath, your body is the concentrated breath. So because water is dense sky essentially. So if you're doing that, you're flowing in that way, and it's just flowing in a less gentle way, in a less steady way, and it's just going to invite the sights. Like I said, if you're not fully using the energy, and you're forcing yourself to sleep, and you're forcing yourself to not be present in your redundant movements, then you don't learn from them. Then you don't, because if you're fully present and you're watching your thoughts from a detached perspective instead of identifying with the thoughts and the feelings, then you'll continually cycle and do those things and recreate those same circumstances, because it gives you a sense of control, a delusion of control. Again, like attachment is the illusion that you can hold on. So that's really about it. And it's really allowing the whole body to show you what it wants to do, what the whole spirit or energy wants to do. Way wu way until the holistic movement shows itself and is inspired in you. Because you'll wax until you can get to completion, and then you wane once you get to that. It's the rise, completion, decline that everything in life is subject to. Same thing with the sun and the moon. It's all in this same. Everything is underneath these hidden rules that are apparent at the same time. So whenever you use energy in one way, then you're taken from another way, and then it's just, that's how weaknesses are abused strengths. So whenever you're gentle with your thoughts, feelings, and actions, then you can return. You're prepared, you're ready for death when you fully used your life. You're ready for sleep when you fully used your day. But if you haven't fully used it, then you're going to use food to push yourself into that coma, or weed, or whatever it is, to push yourself into that unconscious state, instead of consciously going into that state, to that void. And then you can return consciously, and then there's seamlessness between this life and the next, or whatever. There's no separation between dreams and reality. So it has everything to do with heavy breath, heavy life. The more the breath is rushed, then it's heavy, it's loud, you can hear it, and then that creates heavy decisions, heavy thoughts, and then you eat heavy foods, and then it just perpetuates itself in every way. So it's the same thing with even me making videos. I just would rather wait until it's full inspiration to do so than to give you pieces like I have been doing for years, just out of like eagerness and a rush to share. And at this point, it's better to just be concise and complete, and then you don't have any leftovers for parasites. You don't have people saying like, "Oh, you left that part out," and then it's better to just do things completely and do them gently. So just making use of everything in your day allows you to return to the void peacefully, and as you do that, that creates a peaceful life, and then you live your life to the emptiest instead of to the fullest. You're living it to the emptiest so that it can be filled. Whenever you're trying to shine, you dim your own light. But if you allow yourself to be a window, allow your being to be a window, then the light shines through. So it's more so just about allowing things to show themselves and having the patience and compassion with yourself and others and the process itself, and accepting that everything is happening at the pace it's supposed to be happening. So that's really about it. It's haste makes waste, and it invites the sights.